What are you waiting for? Oh, I don't put the women on TV enough because of the ratings are so low. It's your fucking fault, bro. If you just write compelling storylines and captivating television for the women that the audience will care about, maybe the ratings will skyrocket. Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy, That Boy Alex here, and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today, I got some news for y'all, so no live stream. It's going to be real short and simple. We're just going to go over two pieces of news today. Survivor Series will feature 2 WarGames matches. Triple H bringing WarGames to the main roster for the first time ever. And then I got some news on several Impact Wrestling contracts coming up soon, including champions who are a part of the company whose contracts are coming up. And I got some news on Maria Kanellis on her wrestling future. So yeah, man. But without further ado, man, let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. All right, so one of the big news we got yesterday is WarGames, man. WarGames is coming to WWE Survivor Series. Triple H spoke with the ringer and announced that WWE Survivor Series will feature 2 WarGames matches. We'll have a men's WarGames match and a women's WarGames match, he said. The tradition of the Survivor Series has ebbed and flowed and changed slightly over time, but this will be similar to that. This will not be Raw versus SmackDown. It will be much more storyline driven. Let me repeat that. This will be much more storyline driven. This will not be Raw versus SmackDown. So none of that brand supremacy bullshit. All that is gone, man. Fuck all that. I still look at it as a traditional component to Survivor Series in there because it's large teams of people competing. We just upped the ante a little bit with WarGames and made it evolve, he said. Survivor Series is scheduled for Saturday, November 26th at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Triple H brought WarGames to NXT in 2017, and the event became an annual tradition for the brand. WWE main roster has never utilized the WarGames concept, which originated in 1987 from Dusty Rhodes. WWE Survivor Series has been about brand supremacy in recent years, with Raw and SmackDown superstars squaring off in elimination and champion versus champion matches. More details on Survivor Series will come soon. This is very great news, man. Very great news for WWE. Very great news for the fans. The fans are really excited about WarGames coming to the main roster. And for the past, for years, WWE has made Survivor Series not important, I just would not care about Survivor Series. All this brand versus brand supremacy bullshit, it just doesn't mean anything because what's the stakes? You know what I'm saying? What are people fighting for? What's on the line? You know what I'm saying? And there's really nothing. This is really none of that. I never understood the brand supremacy. I never understood, Raw versus SmackDown. All that is bullshit because when you see Raw superstars coming to SmackDown before Survivor Series and SmackDown superstars coming to Raw, I mean, what's the point of the brand split? Triple H made Survivor Series meant something, and the show is not, and we're 2 months away from the show. 2 months away from the show, and Triple H has already made Survivor Series meant something. We are getting a WarGames match. 2 WarGames matches, one for the men's, one for the women's, man. Now, who will be in the WarGames match? How would I book it? Who's going to be in it? All right, so who's the top female faction on WWE television right now? Damage Control. Damage Control is the top female faction in WWE right now. The Bloodline is the top male faction in WWE right now. So how would I book it? I would do a 5-on-5. I don't know if it's gonna be 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, but if it was up to me, I would do 5-on-5. So 10 people in total. So Damage Control, you got Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky. You add 2 more members. So who would the 2 more members be? I would add Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Get two fourths of the way back together. So Damage Control the Way. That's got a nice name to it. I fuck with it. So Damage Control the Way. So you got Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell. That's my 5 on the heel side. On the babyface side, it would be Bianca Belair, Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, Gonzalez, whatever you want to call her. Raquel Gonzalez, Shotzi Blackheart, And I know a lot of y'all thinking Alexa Bliss. I would not put Alexa Bliss in this match. I would replace Alexa Bliss. Now, Alex, who are you going to play? Who are you replacing Alexa Bliss with? I would replace her with Mia Yim. If Mia Yim is and I got news on Mia Yim in a little bit. But if Mia Yim is done, if Mia Yim doesn't resign with Impact, I wouldn't hesitate to bring her back. You know, Mia Yim's doing some of the best work of her career. She has been putting on good matches in Impact. Deonna Purrazzo and Jordynne Grace gave her two of the best matches of her career, in my opinion. And you know, it really just rose Mia Yim's stock up. And you know, Mia Yim's one of the best female pro wrestlers in the world, in my honest opinion. You know, Mia Yim will be on my top 10 list by the end, on my top 10 female pro wrestler list by the end of the year. I guarantee you that. Because like the woman has been putting on the best work of her career, and shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. So if she's done with Impact, you know, if she's not gonna resign, I would bring her back to WWE full time. I will put her on the main roster and have Mia Yim replace Alexa Bliss. You know, maybe Damage Control does something to write off Alexa Bliss. Because Alexa Bliss did tease something with Bray Wyatt, I believe. The lights was going out during her match with Bayley last night, during the main event of Monday Night Raw. And I think Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt will be back together on WWE television. So yeah, I will replace Alexa Bliss with Mia Yim. So yeah. Now, Alex, why Mia Yim? You know, what does she have to do with it? All right, so Mia Yim, when the first WarGames was coming around for NXT, the first women's WarGames, it was Team Rhea Ripley versus Team Baszler. And Mia Yim was on Team Ripley. And Mia Yim, she was secretly taken out by Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai was the one who replaced Mia Yim in the WarGames match and eventually ended up doing one of the best heel turns in female pro wrestling history by turning on Tegan Nox. Now, Alice, why aren't you throwing in Tegan Nox in the WarGames match? Right now, with the way things are going, Tegan Nox, she's struggling to get a visa right now, so she's not able to work. So yeah. And plus, like, I don't know if I would thrust. I don't know, bro. I just feel like I wouldn't thrust her back into that type of match caliber. Cause you know, you gotta think about it. You know, she's injury prone. So I wouldn't throw her back into that kind of caliber match as of right now. So yeah, I think Mia Yim would be the better fit. So yeah. So, you know, Mia Yim and Dakota Kai, they had their problems going back to NXT because you all know Dakota Kai secretly took out Mia Yim. So, yeah. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mia Yim had problems with Io Sky back when she was Io Shirai in NXT. And so Mia Yim can play off the fact, you know, that, hey, you know, I want to get my receipt back. I didn't forget about the time you broke my nose in NXT doing that WarGames Advantage ladder match. So you can play off that as well. So, yeah. And then Mia Yim had problems with Candice LeRae back in NXT. And I believe her husband, Keith Lee, was feuding with Johnny Gargano at the time. So, Mia Yim had problems with Candice LeRae, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. All at one point back down in NXT, under Black and Gold. Before the pandemic and during the pandemic. So, yeah. And she has had some problems with Bianca Belair. You know, her and Bianca Belair used to go at it, but her and Bianca can, you know, they can forgive each other in kayfabe, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah. And honestly, bro, I would have Bianca turn, unless it's going to be taken out. I'm not putting her in the match. I would have Bianca turn heel. Her as a babyface is just kind of getting old and, you know, fans are just really getting bored of her. I think a heel turn for Bianca Belair is the answer. You know, now who would Bianca Belair turn heel on? I think she should turn on Asuka. I would actually send Mia Yim to SmackDown. So yeah, I would put Mia Yim on SmackDown because I think she can give a huge boost to the SmackDown Women's Division, in my honest opinion. So yeah, I think Raw's Women's Division is so stacked. I think SmackDown needs it more. And I think Mia Yim going to the SmackDown Women's Division will benefit the division. It will raise the division up a little bit, boost that division. And, you know, Mia Yim is she's a very good pro wrestler, man. I'll tell you what, if you didn't watch her matches with Deonna Purrazzo and Jordynne Grace and all that stuff, go back and watch them. I guarantee you, man, those were two of her best career matches, in my honest opinion. Her match with Deanna Purrazzo and her match with Jordan Grace were absolutely. They're two of the best. Those are going to be in my top 10 female matches of the year by the end of this year. Like, honestly. So yeah, and Mia Yim, like I said, bro, she's been doing some of the best work of her career. So that's why I would throw Mia Yim in the WarGames match. And, you know, you can easily, they all have good chemistry with each other. Mia Yim, Raquel, Shotzi, Bianca, Asuka, along with Dakota, Io, Bailey, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell. They all have good chemistry together. So it would easily write itself. So it easily makes sense. So that's why I would put Mia Yim in the women's WarGames match and replace Alexa Bliss. So if it was up to me, I would do Damage Control the Way. That's Bailey, Io, Dakota, Candice, and Indy. And then on the babyface side, you get Bianca, Asuka, Raquel, Shotzi Blackheart, and Mia Yim. Now, Alice, what about Sasha Banks? What about Naomi? No, I would not put them in this match. Nothing against them, but it's just, I don't know, bro. I just feel like it doesn't make sense for them to come back right now. It doesn't make sense to come back before Survivor Series. I think if you wait after Survivor Series, that will make more sense. And plus, you want to bring them back as heels. I wouldn't bring them back as baby faces. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would bring them back as heels because you walked out. And, like, you walked out on the company, and then you get trashed on by some of the fans online. Bro, that's a heel move. So I would bring Sasha and Naomi back as heels. And honestly, after the Survivor Series WarGames, after that, bro, I would slowly turn Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae to a babyface, as a babyface tag team. And I will have them be those two women to take down Dakota Kai and Io Sky for those tag team titles. Maybe at a big setting, like, you know, you want to do it at a WrestleMania, you want to do it at a day one, whatever. I would rather build it up towards WrestleMania, long-term book it. So yeah. So I would slowly, after Survivor Series WarGames, I would slowly turn Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell back to a babyface and have them take down Dakota Kai and Io Sky at WrestleMania. So that's how I would book it. So yeah, and then Bianca is going to turn heel on Asuka. She won't be the Raw Women's Champion by then. Bailey will be the Raw Women's Champion. So I would slowly have Bianca turn heel on Asuka. Go back heel. You know, her as a babyface is just really, the honeymoon phase is over for her as a babyface. So yeah. And for the men's WarGames match, the Bloodline. The Bloodline is the top male faction in WWE. Hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts. So if it was up to me, you can do two scenarios. You can do the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, and Drew McIntyre as the, if you want to do a 4-on-4, I don't know. So it can be, if you're gonna do 4-on-4, you can do Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa, and you can play into that story. You know, Sami Zayn getting kicked out. Sami Zayn, you know, he thinks he's gonna be in the match. Sami Zayn's probably thinking, hey, what the fuck? Why y'all left me out the match? Why am I not in the WarGames match? So yeah, so you can do the Bloodline and Karrion Kross versus the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre on the babyface side. So let me repeat myself one more time. So you can do the Bloodline and Karrion Kross. If you're gonna do 5-on-5, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, the Usos, and then you can have Karrion Kross versus the Brawling Brutes, Pete Dunne, Rich Holland, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. So yeah, Drew McIntyre, and maybe add Kevin Owens to the mix. Scenario number 2, you can do the Bloodline versus, you can do all 5 members of the Bloodline. Bloodline with Sami Zayn, Roman, Usos, Solo Sikoa. So yeah, you can do those. You can do those 5 guys, and you can have them face Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Street Profits. So that's 4. And either Madcap Moss or AJ Styles, whichever one. So yeah, if it was up to me, I would probably go with the second scenario, honestly. Yeah. So I took notes yesterday, last night, while I was staying up at 4 a.m. in the morning. So yeah. Men's War Games, I will either do Bloodline and Karrion Kross versus Braun, Bruce, and Drew McIntyre, or I can do Bloodline with Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Street Profits, and either Madcap Moss or AJ Styles as the fifth man. So yeah. Yeah, man, that's really how I go about booking War Games, man. Honestly, bro, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't, yeah. We'll trust Triple H with the booking process. Hopefully, War Games is gonna be great. It's gonna be great this year, and I'm happy for it. NXT doesn't need War Games. I'm glad NXT is getting away. It's not getting War Games this year, man. Because last year it really didn't feel anything special. You know what I'm saying? Like last year was just kind of okay, cool. War Games, yada yada yada. So yeah. Moving on. But I hope War Games will be good, man. So that's how I will book War Games. So those are the 2 War Games matches that I'm booking and that I'm going with. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, let's get on to Impact news. Several contracts coming up. This is very interesting. Impact Wrestling has a few contracts coming up. This is coming from Fightful, by the way. Impact Wrestling has a few contracts coming up, including some champions. As mentioned earlier this year, Mia Yim signed with the company into October. But she's not the only one. Maria Kanellis confirmed to Grapsody, whatever it's called, whatever that show is called, that she's currently signed with Impact Wrestling through Bound for Glory, which is October 7th. She also noted that she had contact over the past year with WWE, AEW, and WOW, Women of Wrestling. We're not sure of the specific content of those conversations. Maria isn't the only deal coming up. She also noted to the podcast, Grapsody, whatever you want to call it, that Matt Taven and Mike Bennett's current deals are up soon, but didn't give a date that the deals will be up. Taven and Bennett are the current Impact Tag Team Champions and are set to defend against Aussie Open and the Motor City Machine Guns at Bound for Glory. I'm guessing it would be Aussie Open, Motor City Machine Guns, and Matt Taven and Mike Bennett in a 3-way at Bound for Glory, I guess. Ironically enough, in that match, only Sabin is under contract to Impact through this year. Wow, so Alex Shelley might not have that much left on his deal as well. The last tag team champions, Good Brothers, also dropped the titles when their deals were up. All right, so I'm going to start off with Mia Yim. I already talked about Mia Yim. Mia Yim is signed with the company until Bound for Glory. So yeah. If Mia Yim wants to go back to WWE, I'll fully support her 100%. I can see Mia Yim going back to WWE. Because when she signed with Impact, who was in charge? Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, and it was basically Vince McMahon's management up there. If Vince McMahon was still there, I guarantee you Mia Yim wouldn't consider going back. I guarantee you Mia Yim would not want to go back. But since Triple H is there under new management, he's in charge, he's running the show, he's running things, maybe Mia Yim changed her mind. Maybe she did plan on staying with Impact for a long time, and now, Triple H swooping in and taking over WWE. Maybe Mia Yim, kind of, okay, let me see what's up. Maybe Mia Yim's gonna finish out what she's got to do with Impact, and then maybe she'll get a phone call from Triple H asking her to come back. Mia Yim will sign with WWE, and she'll be right back on WWE television before the year is over. Who knows? I would put Mia Yim on SmackDown, honestly, if she's coming back to WWE. Because I really think she'll give a good boost to the SmackDown Women's division, in my opinion. So yeah. Maria. Let's get on with Maria. Obviously, her friend Matt Taven and her husband Mike Bennett, they're the Impact Tag Team Champions. So I have more notes on this. Maria is on a per appearance deal with Impact until October 8th. It's so hard to make decisions moving forward. She said she has talked to Tony Khan and Triple H. recently talked to WoW, Women of Wrestling. So she did talk to Tony Khan. She has talked with Triple H. So yeah. Maria put out a tweet on Twitter months ago saying that, she would not come back to WWE unless it's under new management. What happened months later? New management came in. Triple H took over. So yeah. Do I see Maria going back to WWE? Yes. I can see Maria going back to WWE. I can see Triple H, talking to Maria about, hey, what about your husband? What about your boy Matt Taven? If OGK is a solid tag team, I'll give him that. They're a solid tag team. That they're really underrated as a tag team. So I won't mind seeing OGK in WWE. Matt Taven, Mike Bennett. The matches we can get out of OGK. You can get OGK versus the Street Profits, OGK versus Imperium, OGK versus Braun and Bruce, OGK versus Usos, OGK versus anybody you put him in a ring with, Alpha Academy. So yeah. So, OGK, if Triple H wouldn't hesitate to sign OGK, I don't think he'll hesitate to sign OGK. And bring Maria in as their manager and all that good stuff. So yeah. And plus maybe Triple H can give Maria the job of booking the women's division in WWE. Maybe Triple H will let Maria book the women's division over there. Maybe go down in NXT and help run the women's division, help book it. Because Maria was running things for that women's division back in Ring of Honor. She was running things, She was the one that made Roxy. She was the one that made Miranda Alizé. She was the one. Tony Khan. Maria says she has talked with Tony Khan. Do I see Tony Khan wanting to do anything with Maria for real? I think Tony Khan needs to bring in Maria. If he really cares about his women's division, that guy would desperately try to get Maria Kanellis to come in and book the women's division for him. Tony Khan needs help. Maria Kanellis, if you let her book that women's division, bro, I'm telling you, bro, that AEW women's division in the next year or two can rival WWE's women's division. You got the talent, bro, but you just need the proper booking. You just ain't booking these motherfuckers properly. What have you done with Ruby Soho? What have you done with Ruby Soho over the past year? You bring her in, you have her lose. You have her win the Casino Battle Royal. You bring her in, you have her lose to Britt Baker at AEW Grand Slam last year. And then you have her lose the TBS Championship Finals to Jay Cargill in January. Then you had her lose the Owen Hart Cup Tournament Final to Britt Baker back in May at Double or Nothing. And now you throw her in the field with Ty Conti, and it just seems like Ruby Soho is directionless. Same thing with Ty Conti, Anna Jay, Serena Deeb. Where is Serena Deeb? Why is she not on television? She was just on TV this past week, but still, Serena Deeb is one of your best workers that you got in that entire women's division. Serena Deeb is one of the best female pro wrestlers in the world. So she is literally the best worker in that entire women's division, aside from Thunder Rosa, Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Toni Storm. I don't get it. I really don't like the way Serena Deeb has been booked. What has she done? She put over Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing. That was a very good match. Then she put over Mercedes Martinez at Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. That was one of Mercedes Martinez's best. That was one of her best matches. It was with Serena Deeb at Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. What are you doing with Athena? Seems like you bring her in. You had to lose to Jay Cargill in 4 minutes at All Out. One of the worst match of the night. You bring her in, and then She's fucking directionless. How does Athena get a women's championship opportunity when she lost a tag team match to Britt Baker and Serena Deeb? You couldn't have Athena take that pin after she lost to Jade Cargill in 4 minutes. Athena comes off as a loser. You think she's going to win tomorrow night at Grand Slam? No. Athena comes off as a loser. Toni Storm. Toni Storm is your interim AEW Women's World Champion, and you had her take a pinfall loss in her second match going in as the fucking Women's World Champion. Interim. Not a good look, bro. Not a good look. It seems like Toni Storm is going to get that Thunder Rosa treatment. He just doesn't know how to book the women. This is why you need help. If you bring Maria Kanellis in, bro. I mean, what the fuck you waiting for, my G? What the fuck you waiting for? Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill hasn't even... What the fuck is going on with Jade Cargill? Seriously. It seems like she won the TBS championship. And then she just seems... I just feel like after April, after May, bro, it just seems like things been going down, bro. Like, I don't get it. Hell, Jay should be the Women's World Champion, honestly, bro. Because you seem to be putting all your eggs into the Britt Baker and Jade Cargill basket. Kiera Hogan, what has she done? What has she done? Seriously, ever since when she came to AEW, what has she done? Except for being Jade Cargill's sidekick and doing nothing. Chris Statlander got injured again. She got injured again. That was a huge blow, honestly. I think Chris Statlander was going to be the one to take down Jade Cargill. But she got injured a couple weeks before All Out. Sheeta, man. Sheeta. What has Sheeta done? You had her feud with Serenity. You take her off TV, and now she comes off as directionless. I was the first one to say it. Nobody in that AEW women's division has been used to their full potential. Nobody. Where's Riho? Is she hurt? Swear to God, man, Ruby Soho, Athena, they both been creative failures. They have not been booked properly. You have absolutely booked them like shit. Thunder Rosa? Nah, bro. You buried her. You buried her. Threw her under the bus. Her title reign got ruined because of backstage politics. You're just not booking them properly. You're just not. Jade Cargill hasn't felt important on television. Thunder Rosa wasn't important. Didn't feel like the main attraction on television. It seems like this is what happens when you put all your fucking eggs into the Jade Cargill and Britt Baker basket. This is what happened when you have this push two women mentality. This is what happens. This is what happens. Oh, let me push the same two women over and over and over and over again. Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter's been, you know, she's been both all right. I mean, you tease Britt. I don't know how you did this. You teased Jamie Hayter breaking up with Britt Baker a couple months ago. Then you scrapped it, and now you're teasing it again. Bro, pull the fucking trigger. What are you waiting for? What are you seriously waiting for? This AEW women, this women's division suck. Like seriously. Matches not getting enough time. You're putting them at 8. You're putting them on at 8:30 at the death time slot. No actual storylines. No compelling storylines. No storylines that captivate the audience. Nothing. Seriously. You don't have any storylines that captivate the audience. You have nothing compelling. So, you know what? Maybe, you know what? It's Tony Khan's fault. Because he just doesn't care. He has the talent. He just doesn't give a fuck. That's what happens, bro. You gotta push your other talent, bro. You can't just push Britt Baker and Jade Cargill all the time, bro. What's gonna happen if Britt Baker gets injured and she can't and she's gone for a couple months? What's gonna happen if Jade Cargill gets injured? Then who you gonna rely on? Who? Who are you gonna rely on that the fans are going to give a fuck about? You got to push the other talent. You cannot just rely on 2 women. The world title does not even feel important because you want to book interim champions left and right, left and right, left and right. This is why you should have stripped Thunder Rosa of the championship. If you knew Thunder Rosa was hurt, you should have stripped her of the championship and you should have gave it to Toni Storm. Hell, you know what, bro? If I was Tony Khan, I would just fucking bring Jordynne Grace or Deonna Purrazzo in. Through the forbidden door, put the women's world title on them, let them go, let them elevate the division. Because they're 2 of the best fucking performers in the world, bro. They're two of the best. I would just bring them in through the forbidden door, just put the AEW women's world title on them, and just let them go. It's fucking pathetic, bro. You need help, Tony. You need fucking help. What are you waiting for? Oh, I don't put the women on TV enough because of the ratings are so low. It's your fucking fault, bro. If you just write compelling storylines and captivating television for the women that the audience will care about, maybe the ratings will skyrocket. Holy shit, bro. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys live tomorrow for AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, 6:55. So be sure to join me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Thank you guys for watching, man. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. And I'm out.